The year is 2012. We're all losing our minds fighting over Team PETA versus Team Gale because the Hunger Games just came out in theaters. We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together by Taylor Swift is playing everywhere, and the Instagram logo looks like this. But there's one thing that happened in 2012 that was far more important than all of these other things that happened in 2012, which was that American post-hardcore band Pierce the Veil released their third studio album on Fearless Records titled Collide with the Sky. This album was fundamental to so many little emo kids like you and me. She is the blueprint. I realized that this album was really what got me into heavier music with screaming and breakdowns and all that good stuff that made my mom go,
"Why are you listening to this? Are they saying bad things?"
No, Mom. They're my heroes and they saved my life, okay? Leave me alone.
And I've been listening to this album again recently. Honestly, I never really stopped. And I thought that it would be fun to rank all of the songs on this album from my favorites to my least favorites. And you may ask me, Carly, why put beautiful, amazing, well-formed, solid songs against one another? Like, why can't they all just exist and be good in their own ways? Because, listen, it sounds fun, and I'm opinionated, and I want to watch the world burn, okay? If people aren't fighting in the comments after watching this video, I have not done my job. Just kidding. Let's all be really respectful of each other's opinions and have a nice, fun conversation about music, obviously. Except I want to watch the world burn. So, a couple things before I start. I'm gonna go from my least favorite song to my most favorite song. So we're gonna start with like the lower end ones and then move upwards. I also am not gonna rank May These Noises Startle You in Your Sleep Tonight because I feel like that track is more of an intro track / it goes with Hell Above. So if anything, like, you can pretend that that one is ranked equally with Hell Above, but that leaves us with 11 tracks to rank. And I want you guys to know that I did my motherfucking research for this video, okay? I have notes. I listened to nothing but this album for like 2 weeks straight. I took notes, and I'm ranking the songs based not only off of just my personal preference, but how strong I thought the concepts were behind the songs, the lyrics, the instrumentation, the production, like the little ear candy, everything. I really, really tried to make the perfect list, in my opinion, and it was hard. And I'm only gonna say this once too before I start. I don't want to be like justifying myself when I'm giving my critiques of songs that may be ranked lower and constantly being like, oh, don't get me wrong, it's an amazing song, it's still really good, I just like it less for this reason. No, I'm saying it right now. Vic Fuentes is a better lyricist than I'll ever be. Everyone in Pierce the Veil is a better songwriter than I'll ever be. This album is fantastic, and every song on this album is fantastic. So even when I'm talking about the lower ranking ones, like, they're still good songs, okay? But I am gonna just be giving my critiques and my reasons for why I ranked them lower, okay? But I like every song on this album. So with that being said, let's start out with my least favorite song on the album, number 11, Tangled in the Great Escape. I just don't love this song. I feel like it's so long. It's 6 minutes long for like no reason. I also was never really a Let Live fan, so Jason Butler being on the song, like, doesn't do a whole lot for me. He has a good voice, but I feel like it like is distracting from the rest of the album. Like, I don't know, it feels like disruptive in a way that having Kellen on King for a Day doesn't, which obviously, like, Kellen has a very similar voice to Vic. But yeah, like, I feel like if there's one song that's a skip on this album, it's Tangled in the Great Escape. I think I would like it more if it was like 3 minutes shorter. I don't think that there's a whole lot interesting going on instrumentally. Again, it's solid, just not my favorite. Next, in 10th place, we have I'm Low on Gas and You Need a Jacket. This song just feels more filler to me than a lot of the other songs on the album. It's fine, but it's like not a super strong concept. He's just talking about like being jealous that his girlfriend is like out partying and he's not, and it kind of gives like, boo fucking who, bitch. I'm just kidding. Vic Fuentes, if you ever see this, you're so valid. But I don't know. I just think it's like not the strongest song on the album. And some of the lyrics are kind of played out. Like the I will soon forget the color of your eyes and you'll forget mine. Like we've heard it before. Vic, it's okay. They can't all be bangers. Oh, I feel like I'm being mean. I'm sorry. I'm just really passionate. However, one thing that I do really like in this song is when he's like, last night you said you ended up in Palm Springs dancing on tables, almost fought some bitch at the club, got kicked out of your hotel and lost your shoes. I think that's such a fun lyric, especially given like how poetic and full of metaphors a lot of the other lyrics on this album are. To depart from that feels interesting, it feels fun, it stands out. I love to sing that lyric. I think that's like my favorite part about this song. But yeah, in 9th place, this is where the controversy starts. I put Hold On Till May. I can't believe it ended up this low on the list, but I don't know, and I can't even justify why it ended up that low, but it just did. It's a solid song. It's really beautiful. We got the iconic lyric, "Darling, you'll be okay," from it. And for that, how could we even quantify this song? For the culture that it gave the emo kids. I don't know. It's a great like finale track for the album, and it's very emotional, very beautiful, very inspiring. I get it, but for me it's just kind of like, okay. I do also really like the imagery in the lyrics of this song where he's talking about her sitting up in the tree and surrounded by the sun, 1,000,000 branches, and she loves everyone. Very nice, very good. I can see it. I feel like I'm surrounded by the branches when I listen to this song. It's solid, but also instrumentally, it doesn't grab me in. I'm personally a fan of the higher energy instrumentals. But yeah, in 8th place, we have Props and Mayhem. And I had a hard time here because I feel like Hold On Till May and Props to Mayhem could have gone either way. It could have been Props and Mayhem and then Hold On Till May, or what I decided on, Hold On Till May and then Props and Mayhem. I ultimately decided on this placement because although Props and Mayhem, it does feel like a teeny tiny bit filler, just a teeny bit filler. This song feels so epic, and I have such a reaction when I listen to it. However, I did discover when I was doing my research for this video that I have been mishearing the lyrics the whole time. My favorite lyric in the song, which is like what made me want to place this song higher on the list, which I thought in the chorus he said, "I'm gonna light up this place and die a beautiful star," which I love the imagery of that lyric. I think it's so beautiful. I imagine every time I hear that line, like someone in the sky combusting into this like being of light, and I think it's so cool. And then I looked at the lyrics and I saw that the line is, "I'm gonna light up this place and die in beautiful stars," which is still cool, but it's not as cool as what I always thought it was, and I'm still recovering from that. So I almost gave this song a lower ranking too, also because I feel like Hold On Till May is stronger conceptually than Props and Mayhem, but mishearing the lyrics or not, I still get that good old emotional reaction when I listen to this song. So for that, I placed it higher. Also, I will say, I did a lot of research on these songs while I was preparing for this video, and I ended up going down this whole rabbit hole of like taking notes on like things that the band members have said about each song and what the songs are all about. And I was thinking it might be kind of cool to do like an album breakdown video. If anyone's interested, let me know because I already have all the info. Anyways, next in 7th place, this might be controversial. I put A Match into Water. I can't believe how low this song ended up on my list, but it did. It's my truth, okay? It's my truth. I like this song a lot, but apparently I don't like it as much as some of the other songs on the album. It's a solid song. you know, we're getting to the midpoint in my list, and I feel like these midpoint songs I don't have a whole lot to say about. It's like I don't love them, but I don't hate them. Yeah, the song's good. It has a really catchy chorus, not as catchy as some of the other songs on the album, which is why it ranked lower. It has a cool breakdown. The lyrics are pretty straightforward too, especially when you know that it's about his ex-girlfriend's battle with cancer and everything. It's a very romantic song, and we love it for that, but we don't love it as much as some of the other ones. In 6th place, I put King for a Day. And this one, before I even started making my list, I was like, where am I going to put King for a Day on my list? Because I feel like, yes, it is a piece of the album, but it's also Pierce the Veil's most well-known song. It's definitely, obviously, the most well-known song from the album. And it almost feels like it exists, like, sort of separately as well, because it is such, like, a culturally iconic song. We got Kellen Quinn on there. His voice goes great with Vic Fuentes. However, the reason why I ranked it so low is I didn't think that it was as strong conceptually as some of the songs that I ranked higher. When I was looking into all of the different songs, it seems like they kind of just made this song as like a fan pleaser because everyone wanted Kellen Quinn and Vic Fuentes to collab, and that's all fine and good, but it doesn't hit the same knowing that, like, that's kind of all it was. Number 5, Bulls in the Bronx. Okay, let's be real. This song has the best riff on the whole album. That fucking intro riff is so goddamn good. They cooked. Like, this is the best riff on the album. You can argue with me if you want. Like, it's okay that you're wrong. And we have the Spanish guitar break, which is so cool, so unique. I had never heard something like this before when I first heard this album. And it was really cool for me because I grew up playing classical guitar and I played a lot of Spanish guitar, and hearing like emo-ish music, or however you want to define Pierce the Veil, with like Spanish classical sounding guitar in it was just the coolest thing ever to me. And obviously it's even cooler because it's a tribute to like the members of Pierce the Veil's Hispanic roots. The song is just fun. Like, it's a blast to listen to. It's high energy. I love the line, "I really hope you enjoy the show," because for me it's just a bad day. Yeah, this song is goated. Best riff on the album. This one gets a little award for that, but still 5th place. In 4th place, we have Stained Glass Eyes and Colorful Tears. I'm surprised that this one ended up as high as it did, but I love this song. And it's like a little bit lower energy than some of the other tracks on this album. I don't even like want to call it low energy, but like compared to some of the other songs, it is. The instrumental coming into this song with, I think it's violins, like, oh, it makes me want to rip my skin off. Like, I love it so much. It gives me goosebumps. It feels like, I don't even have words to describe like what this song does to me, but it's so fucking good. Like, I just want to like eat it up. I want to drink this song. I want to fucking guzzle it. It's so good. Where are my notes? 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 Oh my god. I'm getting hot. I'm getting hot. I need my coffee. We're getting into the songs that I really like now, and like I'm gonna get excited. I'm composed now. 4th place, Stained Glass Eyes and Colorful Tears. I love this song. As soon as the instrumentals start, I'm like having a reaction. It's so good. This song like sucks me in and just does something to me. It feels so epic. And the line, "I swear to God, I'm gonna change the world." Like, I'm like, every time I hear it, I'm like, me fucking too, bitch. Like, let's fucking go. I love this song. It's so good. I really like this song. And it's weird. I wouldn't have thought that I would have ranked it so high initially, but then I started thinking about it and I was like, no, dude, like every time this song comes on, like I'm in the zone. I'm gone. Sorry, I can't talk. I'm listening to Stained Glass Eyes and Colorful Tears by Pierce the Veil. Like, it's over. Like, no, like, Headphones in, world out, bitch. Like, this is the song that meme was referring to. In third place, we have Hell Above, which I was surprised that this song ended up so high up on my list. But holy fuck, does this song go hard. It is so good. Like, for me, starting out a song with a scream is like an instant way to sell me on it. Like, I'm gonna like it. If you start the song out that way, like, I'm into it. Everything about this song just eats. It's fucking perfect. The concept is about, like, growing up and not having a good home environment and wanting to, like, escape and going and seeing live music and having that be your escape. But the lyrics are so beautifully written, and this is something that I think Pierce the Veil does a really, really good job at, is sometimes, not all the time, like, don't get me wrong, they talk about a lot of things that are not played out, but they also do have certain themes in their songs that one could describe as played out, but more often than not, it doesn't feel that way because Vic is such a talented lyricist that it feels fresh and new and unique, even though they're talking about, like, things that we all have kind of, like, heard bands talk about before. Yeah, the instrumentals on the song, I've took, like, a lot of notes for this one. I don't know if you can see. And all of the instrumentals on the song, too, are so good. There's so many little interesting things. Like, the little 8-bit, like, transition part going into the second chorus. And the bass tone on this song, it's so good. Also, I realized when I was listening really, really closely to this song, going into the second chorus, there's, like, that vocal chop, and then in the second phrase of that same chorus, there's a guitar chop that's, like, exactly the same as the vocal chop that happened, like, 4 bars or so before. It's so good. This song is, like, an experience to listen to. Holy shit. And, like, the details of what each lyric in this song is specifically talking about are up for debate, but I love the lyrics in this song. Like, it definitely has some of my favorite metaphors, like another kiss like a fire on a pavement. Bitch, like, it's over as soon as it began. His mind. And I personally think that the lyric where he's saying, the water is rusted, the air is unclean, and there for a second I feel free because this is a wasteland, my only retreat. That to me, like, is a comment on being young and going to music venues that are maybe run down and filled with smoke and, like, dirty and maybe a little bit, like, dangerous, but there's such a strong sense of community there that it is an escape. And that is a huge theme with Pierce the Veil fans, is, like, their music is an escape from how it feels to be a young person who's struggling. Yeah, I think this song is so well done. This video could just be about this song. Okay, we're getting to the end. In second place, we have 100 Sleepless Nights. This song is so good. This was one of my favorites when I first found the album. I think also because I was newer to, like, screaming and heavier music, and this song feels a lot more accessible to someone who maybe isn't used to heavier music. I love this song. It feels so different from every other song on the album, but in such a good way. I really think that this album wouldn't be complete without this song. The instrumentals are totally different than a lot of the other songs on the album, but in a way that I feel like is interesting as opposed to how I felt about Tangled in the Great Escape. I feel like this song is almost like the counter to Tangled in the Great Escape, where 100 Sleepless Nights ended up being one of my favorites, but Tangled in the Great Escape ended up being one of my least favorites. I don't know, kind of interesting. I love the lyrics and the storytelling on this song. Again, so much of Vic's lyricism on this album is pretty abstract, but this song is so not like that. It's, like, cinematic, and he's telling a story, and I feel like I'm watching a movie when I listen to this song. I can visualize everything, I can move through it, and it takes me somewhere. Yeah, this song is an experience. We have reached number 1, which, if you know the track list, you already know what I'm gonna say, but my favorite song on American hardcore band Pierce the Veil's 2012 record, Collide with the Sky, is The First Punch. I love this song. You guys, this is one of my favorite songs of all time. I feel like this song does not get enough appreciation. This is the best song Percival's ever made, in my humble opinion. That's always correct and right, so... The instrumentals are insane. It's high energy. It's constantly changing in a way that satisfies my ADD. And something that I love about this song is how bitchy it is. Like, I listen to the song and I'm like, talk your shit, Vic. Talk your shit. The riff is insane. I love the way that the drums drive it. I love all the little backups and ear candy and all the production. It's the most interesting song on the album, for sure, without a doubt. The second verse of this song is also possibly my favorite verse of any song ever, which I say that all the time about a lot of things, but I really, really like the second verse. The way that the lyrics and the instrumentals come together, the way that it changes sonically, like almost every line, yet it feels so cohesive. Life is what you make it, but at least I've got real friends. And then it drops. I fucking love this song. I think we all need to pay our respects to The First Punch. And we need to repent for not making this Pierce the Veil's top song. It's so good. We don't talk about this song enough. It is undoubtedly first place. I knew it as soon as I started making my list. The First Punch was going to be the top song. It's obvious. So yeah, here's my list. Let me know if you agree with me or if you're mad at me. And like I said earlier, I did end up with a lot of information about this album, so I likely will make a video breaking down each song on the album. Let me know if you do want to see that. And let me know if there's any other albums that you want me to talk about. Because yeah, this was cool. Anyways, I hope that I have incited some discourse. And I can't wait to hear what everyone has to say. I'm going to go now and listen to The First Punch.